That's pretty.
How about some ancient Indian myth?
He's a slimy wart-covered serpent who feeds on the bodies of progressive female children.
Josh, get life. All I want to know is if he's real or not.
Ashley Black is about to discover magic in the water.
The monster, he's real. He ate my cookies.
Yeah, I bet.
Now, between what everyone says
Native legend has it that he can change forms, change himself into another animal.
This is seriously affecting my development.
and what everyone believes
Jacket, have you seen the monster?
No, that was a dream.
is what she knows in her heart.
They're killing it by putting toxins in the lake.
You sick?
Take the explosives and break the dump site.
Josh, we can't do this.
The critics believe in magic. Magic in the water is an E.T.-like fantasy. A perfect family film, ranks with Disney's finest. A magical adventure that will leave you spellbound. Wow. The summer's not complete until you see magic in the water, where the legend ends and the adventure begins.
Well, the trailer is very bold. We have to find out who owns this. Comparing it to a Disney magical movie and possibly the E.T. in water. So yes, this is the movie I'm reviewing, Magic in the Water. Does it live up to the standards, or is this just one big piece of poo-poo? We will find out right after this.
A monster pet! What's that? A monster pet has puppet action. Train up for action. Get him, Monkey Pet. There. Monster Pet's a good pet, too. He's so friendly. Look out. Uh-oh. Beware of Monster Pet.
My Monster Pets have puppet action features. Part of the My Pet Monster collection, each sold separately with breakaway chains from Amtoy.
Well, let's do this. Well, here we go. I got the root beer float. I have my guest Skip right here. He is psyched that he gets to watch clips from Magic in the Water once again. Let me just get the TV setting to the right thing here. So this movie came out in the wonderful year of 1995. I believe this was a summer movie. Okay. And we got a little Reptar lamp here. Let me show him to the people. Since this is a monster movie, I might as well have a little monster here. How long he will stay, I don't know. So, like I said, this came out in the year 1995. This had quite a lot of competition, like we've said before. The movie, now this, however, is a family movie, but this had to compete with Babe. It had to compete with Toy Story, Apollo 13. I believe House Arrest may have even come out in 1995. Casino, which was not a family movie, but you get the point. There was a lot of heavy-hitting movies that year. It was a very interesting year for movies. Oh, yes, The Net came out. So, now, how did this movie do up against those ones? Well, we will find out. I don't know who owns this, so I don't know if this is on a streaming service, and if I like this movie or not. Obviously, I will recommend it or not recommend it. Even if I don't like this movie, there's a reason why I review it, just in case you stumble upon it and you're curious about it. If you watch my whole review and you decide you don't like it, or if you listen and I don't recommend it, you might take that. So, anyways, so Magic in the Water. It's a very simple story. This is starring Mark Harmon. And yes, his character's name is Jack Black. Don't ask me why they named him that. They just did.
This was before Jack Black was
I think he was just starting. You know what? This was before Jack Black was a thing. This was before Mars Attacks. And I think that may have been one of Jack Black's first movies. So, yeah, Jack Black really wasn't heard of yet. But we all know Mark Harmon. He was on NCIS. He played the part of Gibbs. Yeah, he's in this. He's the lead role. He is the father. He is a therapist on the radio that tells people to stop whining. The beginning of this movie, I'm not going to lie, it is amusing. I don't think the kids are that bratty. That was one of the write-ups in this. So obviously he played Gibbs in NCIS. He was in Summer School. He was in Presidio. So Mark Harmon. Oh yes, and he also played Behan in the movie Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner. I don't know how he kept a straight face dealing with Kevin Costner playing Wyatt Earp, but that's besides the point. So yes, Mark Harmon is in this movie, and Joshua Jackson is his son. I forgot the son's name in this movie. My bad. Oh, it's actually Joshua Black. So his name is the same as his real name in real life, and we know him. I believe he was in Dawson's Creek. He had a small part in Scream 2. He I can't remember if it was Felicity or Dawson's Creek. I just know he was in one of those WB shows. I think he was in Dawson's Creek, but I don't know any of the characters' names. He was in the Mighty Ducks movies, the Mighty Ducks, D2, D3. He was in all three of those. That's where he got his start. So, and then he obviously was in this before D3. So that is Joshua Jackson. And then we have Sarah Wayne playing Ashley Black. She was in the movie Piper. Oh no, I'm sorry, not even a movie. She was in the voice of a video game called Piper after this. Not a real long resume, folks. So, and then we have Harley Jane Kozak as the psychiatrist in this on this British Columbian lake. She was in Arachnophobia. She was in Necessary Roughness. I think she was in a show called what was the name of that? Did not last long with Bo Bridges. I already forgot the name of the show. So Harley Jane Kozak, not a. Yes, I did. I forgot the name of it. Nuts. I even had it today too. That is the worst part. But she is not a bad actress. Not a real. It's not a real bad cast. Mark Harmon and Harley Jane Kozak should be able to carry this movie. But we'll find out. This was directed by Rick Stevenson. And again, this was supposed to be E.T. in the water. So a very simple story here. A workaholic father who, like I said, is a therapist on the radio. He pretty much tells his kids to do the same thing, to stop whining. So he takes his kid on vacation to British Columbia. They want to do things. The dad really doesn't. Somehow he finds his inner child and starts to pay attention to them more. He builds sandcastles, takes them fishing, all that fun stuff. And then there's this lake called Orky Lake, and supposedly that's where this monster supposedly lives. Is it real or not? We don't know, and I'm not going to tell you. And this is supposed to be sort of like the Loch Ness Monster. Is it just a legend or is it real? We don't really know. So they call this Orky Lake, and yes, there are people that are polluting this lake as well. So we will get into that more. They don't really go into the whole bad guys polluting the lake. It's an interesting written movie by Rick Stevenson as well. So I will just get right into it and play the first clip already because, like I said, very simple story, very simple movie, but that doesn't mean it's bad. There's a lot of simple movies that are actually good. So I will show the first clip in just a second.
I'm a sexy guy. Drive a sexy car.
It's taking way too long.
All right, well, I gotta say, it does have my curiosity. This guy is obviously drinking, talking to himself, and then something grabs him, and all that's left behind is an empty liquor bottle. And this says somewhere in Canada. So yes, the scenery in this, I'm not going to lie, it is actually really really cool. I think I may have actually seen this on the Metal Jesus YouTube show when he does go to Canada in one of his videos. So the scenery that he actually showed us, and that was actually really really cool. So I'm going to show the next clip where we get to see his kids. His one daughter is obsessed with something that looks like an Oreo cookie. I'm not sure if it's just a regular generic brand or if they did use Oreos. They may not have been allowed to. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Is after 5 marriages, I think I know something about men, you know?
Yes.
I mean, there is a difference between men and women.
Duh.
So you're saying?
What I'm saying is that even when we're kids, girls are nurturers, boys are aggressors, that's all. Girls
Listen to your show every night. Been doing it for 3 years. 3 words of advice, my friend.
Get a life.
Next caller.
Dad, grab a bag out of the car and get something a bit bigger. Okay, guys, let's go. Your father's gonna be here any minute.
I have 2 words of advice for you.
Stop whining.
Okay, I want to put my pants on. Well, here's the father and the kids. Obviously, he is, like I said, he's a radio therapist. He's pretty much telling people to grow up or stop whining. So he obviously, it doesn't really look like he really listens. It just seems like he just has catchphrases. So now his one daughter actually likes to record his shows. And I actually, for those younger viewers, yes, these are cassettes. I used to have tons of them. Not as much as she, but I always did used to record shows or record my own show when I used to announce football games on TV. So she has obviously a huge collection of her father's show. And obviously his ex-wife, who looks like she would be perfect for Generation Boring. She's obviously a stick in the mud. She does not look like a very fun parent or a fun lady. She must be horrendous to be around. No wonder why her kids want to see her deadbeat dad. Having the deadbeat dad would be better than having a boring and very grouchy mother. She's probably related to Gene Siskel. So the kids are obviously happy to see their father, taking them on a little camping trip to British Columbia. So they are on their way to Canada, and I'm actually going to show the scenery. And Metal Jesus, who we know is from Seattle, did take this ride. So I am going to show the scenery because this is one of the better parts of this movie. Is definitely the scenery to get there. So I will show that in just a second.
Yeah, Albert, you have my number, right? You can reach me on my cell. It's busy, text me in a car.
You could take a train ride through that?
So the family does live in Seattle, Washington. So this little ride is one that people like to take. Obviously, when the weather's nice, you don't want to take that when it's an icy or snowy road, or rainy for that matter. So the scenery is really pretty. So when they get to this lake, it's called Orky Lake. She starts asking questions about the monster right off the bat. Is it real? And the dad not really paying attention. He has his car phone. He's doing his radio show. So he is ignoring his children, which isn't so bad. But with the Channel 4 critic that I heard about this movie from, the kids really aren't that bad. And so far, it's like I said, they really aren't. They're just being kids. The one is filming with his camcorder, and the girl's just asking simple, mindless, or just simple, harmless questions. Yes. Okay. It's a video camera.
This is a video game.
That was a joke, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I sure hope so. Okay, so obviously they're excited about this trip, and so what the little girl does in the scene coming up is she puts her cookies on the pier, and she wants to see if the monster eats her cookies. So now she's already turning this monster into a future diabetic. So I will show that scene coming up in just a second. Well, something ate the middle of her cookies. So just the frosting. So the worst part of the cookie, supposedly this monster ate. Well, I agree. So apparently the whatever it is, ate it. I'm not gonna say if it's the monster, maybe the drunk guy, um, maybe the village medicine man, maybe ate it. So now, the next day, obviously, she wakes up and sees the middle of her cookies gone, and she thinks the monster ate it. So obviously, her dad does not believe her, either, and neither does her brother. So this guy named Mr. Pickletrout comes up with his van, and he decides to take them on a little tour. And he's developing something with the Japanese to scan the entire lake. So I will show that clip in just a second.
The expedition, the Japanese have developed this new super high-tech radar that can sweep the entire lake. You just might find old Orky unless he pulls one of his special tricks.
Tricks?
Native legend has it that he can change himself into another animal. Even a human being.
Well, that's an interesting little contraption there. So apparently, Pickletrout's grandfather is mad that he's commercializing the lake, which I guess I kind of get. I guess his grandfather, he says, is more of a purist. Oh, sorry, uncle. Uncle was a purist, or is a purist. So, so I guess that little machine there can sweep the whole lake, and they're really trying to find this Orky monster. I'm sure this is what they're doing in Loch Ness. So anyways, I guess the part that they kind of lost me is they said that the monster can disguise itself like any animal, including a human being. If they would have just kept this simple and just had it as a simple monster in the lake, it would have been interesting. This whole thing with disguising itself as a human being, that right there, I don't know what they were thinking, but they did not have to do that. They did not have to get too clever with this. If they just kept it simple, this would have been a lot better. So that is one thing I am going to hint at this a little bit, that this was a terribly written screenplay. So we get to meet Dr. Bell, not the one from The Resident, but Harley Jane Kozak we get to meet, and she gets to meet the wonderful father of Jack Black, and she can't believe that he's a therapist when she first meets him. So the scene before this, he is sort of ignoring his children. So the kids really aren't bratty, but the dad really is a deadbeat dad. He's on vacation and he's ignoring his children. So I will show the clip of Dr. Bell in just a second.
Wanda, Bell.
Do you park here often?
I have a patient here. Sedatives.
How could anyone be neurotic up here?
General medicine, but when I got here, I discovered a group of men who all have an identical psychosis.
What, like a cult? End of the world sort of thing?
No, they all believe they've been inhabited by a lake monster.
Sorry.
There, yes. Well, here is Dr. Bell. I believe her name is Wanda Bell. And she introduced herself as a psychiatrist, and obviously so is Dr. Black. So she was shocked to hear that. She apparently had trouble getting out of her car. I guess she had trouble with her seatbelt. So she can help people with their minds, but she can't get out of her car. She is not off to a good start. So he does kind of snicker at why she's there. She's there helping people cope with the fact that they have psychosis because they saw a lake monster. So now, something this movie is actually doing a decent job with is building up the suspense to seeing the monster. They're doing a nice job with Ashley and the monster itself. It did keep my curiosity when I was a kid seeing this on network TV. I did actually watch this movie with dinner, and obviously I will give my opinion when everything is done. So now she did run away because she overheard her dad saying that he took the stupid vacation and he thought just bringing the kids there would be good enough. So now I did say that there are people polluting the lake, so we will show that clip in just a second.
And the reason I could tell it was you was because you have really bad breath. No offense. Mom said you got...
Well, she was obviously the girl's talking to a monster, so that's after this. But yes, these guys must have watched way too much Captain Planet. So now they are dumping Seth Rogen's and Kevin Smith's human waste right into the lake. And this would make anything sick, including this monster that is just devouring her Oreo cookies. So now it has Seth Rogen, and now it has fat actor waste, and now it has Oreos. So now this takes a really interesting turn, and I will show the next clip in just a second. Well, like I said, this movie took a really interesting turn. So the dad is looking for his daughter that ran away, and so she decides to climb this unsteady ladder thing. I don't know where she got this idea, but she did. Okay, let's blame the brother. Let's blame poor Joshua. So she decides to climb it. She realizes she's in trouble, so the so-called monster decides to transform itself into Mark Harmon. Oh, sorry, Jack Black. That just sounds goofy. So the monster wants to turn into Jack Black. Now that is odd because nobody wants to turn into Jack Black. So he I'm trying to make this as entertaining as I can. So the monster turns into the dad and he saves his child, and now the dad now has a head injury, and he is now at the care of the Dr. Bell. It's a good thing it isn't the resident Dr. Bell, because then he would be dead. He would set him on fire or something. So so now he's now, because the monster is sort of still inside him somewhat, he now finds his inner child and he's building sandcastles. He's eating lots of Oreos. He's acting pretty much like one of his children. This is no big deal, except this is how the other people acted when they saw the monster. So now he's under care of Dr. Bell now. So now Joshua is now worried his dad's going to go into the loony bin. So I'm not going to lie, this movie may have lost me a bit. I was eating dinner and I may have been more interested in my fish than the movie. But nonetheless, I will just show one more clip, and then I will go on with my review. So I will show the last clip in just a second.
I can't believe it. They actually found it. Yes.
Well, this is the final clip that I'm showing. They're in this little submarine here, and the water is pouring in. So they need to be saved. So now they look and they see the bad people polluting the water, and there's all kinds of waste down there. I think they have stool samples from Roseanne Barr, Rosie O'Donnell, Melissa McCarthy, Artie Lang, Kevin Smith, and Seth Rogen, who I mentioned, probably George Wendt as well. So this is polluting the whole entire lake. There's just green stuff all over the place. And yes, we do get a shot at the monster. And you're probably wondering why I'm not showing the whole thing. Well, just watch my short if you want. And then also, in case you want to see this movie, I don't want to spoil what it actually looks like. So that's if you want to see it. So now I'm going to do my review. And the trailer blew this up. So we called it the E.T. of the water. It said this is the magic of Disney. Is it any of those things? Not even close. This was a mistake buy. I bought this on eBay and I regret it. Like I said, I watched it with dinner and I was very disappointed. I was hoping the critics were going. I was hoping that the critics. I'm gagging. I got movie poisoning. I'm sorry. So I was hoping the critics were going to be wrong. I was hoping that they were just gonna just. I was gonna say they don't know what they're talking about. They were actually too nice when they reviewed this. This was bad. This there was really I thought the beginning was interesting. The parts with the monster leading up to it I thought was okay, but then once they got into it, that's when I got lost. This was completely just really bad writing. Rick Stevenson, I just looked him up. He did. I don't even know what else he did. He did like the dinosaur something, the dinosaur hunter, and anthrax. I think he got anthrax poisoning when he did this. So I don't really know anything about this guy, and this movie bombed. This I don't know what the budget was for it, but it made a total of $2 million. We'll go with almost $3 million total, and that's worldwide. That's very, very bad. That's horrendous. So, do I recommend this movie? If you see this movie on a streaming service, do not watch it. Your kids probably will not like it either. I don't think Michael Cleary, the critic that I saw do this movie, I don't think he was wrong. He may have really seen kids yawning and falling asleep in the theater. That would not surprise me. This movie, I'm going to grade this different. This movie gets a BW, barely watchable. The beginning got me, but that was pretty much it. It almost got the unwatchable, but not quite. So this movie is going right into my recycling bin. That is why I'm reviewing this, so I can get rid of it. So comment below if you did like this movie. If you disagree with me, that's fine. But please give an explanation because I really don't get it. So I don't think I'm going to get 1 million views on this. If I might get 3. So comment if you want, subscribe if you want, and thank you for watching. Hopefully next time I will pick out a better one. I promise.